So here's a bright idea. I kind of enjoy casting myself as Dr. Love because I'm the last person you'd want to listen to for for romantic advice or counsel, and that's what makes it so much fun to do to play this role. So maybe you can take it as just an ironic, sarcastic persona totally, or maybe you can go all the way around the bend with your irony to where irony becomes truth again and say, well, gosh, that old man uh, might actually be spitting some truth, might actually have some things that are helpful to impart to me, a younger man who is trying to find love. God help me in this God-forsaken age of all ages to be trying to find love as a young man. So, let us, gentlemen, discuss the concept of ghosting. Now, ghosting is a word. Ghost, uses a verb. I'm an old man. I was new to this lingo. Uh, I adapted. I know what it means now, but that doesn't mean that it's a word that that exactly belongs to someone of my generation. But anyway, when I was a younger man, uh, ghosting still existed. It was a little bit harder to do, but it still happened. I mean, when you're in touch with somebody mostly online and they ghost you, then it's like super easy, barely an inconvenience to ghost someone. Um, but back before the internet, it was more like, she doesn't return your call, or she uh, if you've been exchanging letters, if you've been pen pals for a little while, and suddenly she doesn't write you back, uh, or you leave a message on her phone. This is before texting, and ask her to call you back, and she doesn't call you back, and it's basically the same thing. Even if you see each other in quote unquote meet space, back then it was just reality. But today you distinguish between being online and being in quote unquote meet space. Strange days indeed, most peculiar, mama, as someone once said. Anyway, um, it occurred back then too, and my counsel, my advice would hold sway then as much as it does now. I don't know what we called it back then. We just say, man, she's ignoring me. She's not returning my calls. It was like it was basically what it is now. It's when somebody wants to wants not to be in contact with you anymore, but lacks the balls to not literal balls, obviously, if we're talking about girls here, um, but metaphorically lacks the balls to say, look, here's what's up with me. um, I'm seeing this guy now, and it might be getting kind of serious, and so I've enjoyed talking to you, but we've got to cut this, bring our exchange to a close right now, or whatever the reason is. Look, I don't really like you that much. I'm sort of, you know, maybe the explanation is less. But I mean, even if it's something that's just made up, that's better than just going the total cowardly route and just leaving them in the dust, just not talking to them anymore, talking to him anymore. I can use masculine pronouns. I don't have to refer to men as them the way that you young people do often these days. So um, anyway, the advice is the same. If you are ghosted, don't chase. Don't chase the ghost. Don't chase. Don't try to follow up with some. Don't try to say, "Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't. You didn't get. Maybe you didn't get my message the other day. I left a message with you. I don't know. Did you? Anyway, call me back when you can. Don't do that. Don't don't do anything. Again, even if you think it's a situation where you are owed an explanation because you've been in contact for a while, and maybe you've gone out a couple of times, and you know, you've built up a level uh, of I don't know, not intimacy, but you feel like you're getting to know this person, and she's getting to know you, and all of a sudden, just the tap, it's like the tap gets turned off, you know, unexpectedly out of the blue. And this happens so much more often today because you don't have to respond to anyone, even if that you can just stop talking to someone, uh, and you know, and not really get any consequence. And maybe if they persist in contacting you, you can. Oh, there we go. There we go again with the they. If he persists in contacting you, you've just infected me with your damn your damn gender fluidity crap. And I'm tired of it. I want to re-masculinize myself, and I'm damn well going to. So, um, so yeah, don't chase. Like even if you really think that you should get an explanation, like it would be only decent of her to give you some kind of explanation for why she's suddenly not in contact with you anymore. And of course, you think, was it something I said? You second guess yourself and all that. Don't do that either. You know, don't. Uh, no consternation, no Sturm und Drang. Just 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 shrug and say all right and move on. That's all. Move on. Move on to the next one, or move on to whatever else you want to do. Maybe you're tired of this. Tired of the game, and you're just gonna do your own thing, or I don't know. Maybe you're just gonna hang out with the bros, like I tell my son, half jokingly these days. But when you chase, you only there's nothing to be gained from it. She's not going to respond when she's already ignoring you. She's not going to respond when you ask more insistently, or even if you get offended, if you write and say, I think this is pretty lousy of you to just leave me in the lurch like this. You know, don't don't do that. Don't. I mean, your silence expresses that perfectly. your decision not to even try to contact her again expresses that perfectly. When you don't even try again, sometimes, these, like I said, some girls are twisted, like I've said before, and like they actually say, well, you could have tried. You actually have these these TikTok videos with these young women saying, well, yeah, I said I'd broken up with him, but he could have tried. He could have insisted. Uh, they actually get offended when they say, I don't want to be with you anymore, and when you just say, okay, they actually think, well, he should have fought for us. Why didn't he fight? Doesn't he have any feelings for me? They actually talk like that sometimes. But yeah, just let the ghosts go. Let it go. And shrug and move on, you know? Uh, like it says in the New Testament, shake the dust from your feet and move on. That's all. You heard from Dr. Love once again, and you're immensely richer in mind, body, and spirit for it. Thank you for listening. Good night, gentlemen.